So, is it me? Or do I feel like Cricut is the Apple of the craft community? Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on Plannerzoid. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Keke and I love to do content on things I love. Stationery, which for some reason people don't know what stationery is. So that's planners, that's journals, that's card making, any kind of arts and crafts. I love to provide inspiration and just show it on my channel, as well as make it and decorate it, and then in turn give you guys the inspiration to try it yourselves. And also I love to do content on lifestyle. Lifestyle could be just anything I feel like talking about in my life, whether it's me and my husband's shenanigans, my pregnancy, because I am expecting my first child, a baby boy. And oh my gosh, y'all, do y'all remember this? I know my Zoidies remember this. That's what I call my subscribers. So if you do subscribe, you do become a Zoidie. But do we remember this? I made this on stream. So I just give ideas and I show how to make pretty stationery. And then lately I've been talking more about lifestyle because the Zoidies wanted to see it. So I do have a nesting series on my channel. Definitely check out my pregnancy playlist if you want to know more about my journey. And I'm getting tired talking. So let's cut to it. The baby got me tired. So I've been wanting to do this video for a while. So this is my unpopular opinion video when it comes to Cricut. So is it me? Or do I feel like Cricut is the Apple of the craft community? And I don't know if I like that. I say that because Apple, every year they're always putting out new devices, new machines, new, electronics or whatever, right? And sometimes they put multiple out in one year. Well, I feel like lately Cricut has really been putting out more things. And I just don't know if it's a point to it, if that makes sense, I guess. Now, everyone's different. Remember, this is my opinion, okay? Opinion. So, of course, if you want to, you can share your opinion down below. So in this video, I will be talking about their two newest machines. I'll be talking about the Cricut Joy 2, mostly the Cricut Joy 2, and then I'll also be talking about the Explorer 5, but I'll mostly be talking about the Cricut Joy 2 because that seems to be sparking a lot more traction in the community. So it is Cricut's 20th anniversary, and I guess for their anniversary, they released these two new machines, and I will say, many people have good things to say, but also many people have not so good things to say. And I think that includes me, okay? First, I want to start with my opinions when it comes to these new machines. If you already have some kind of Cricut machine, and it's not the very first ever released old ass machine, and it's like not working or something, then I would say don't get the newest machines, okay? Some people love to upgrade every year. That is not me. I can't afford it anyway. But my point is, I own a Cricut Explorer 2, and it has been working for years. I also own a Cricut Joy and a Cricut Joy Extra. So when I saw the release of these machines, I debated for the whole month because it was released a month ago. I debated for the whole month if I wanted the machines or not. And I decided not to get it because there's no point. I have enough. I have enough machines. That's my point. I have enough cutting machines. So I just feel like if you already own cutting machines, and you feel like you don't need it, then don't get it. That's just me, okay? Now, if you want to buy it, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your pockets, okay? I'm not going to tell you what to do with your pockets. And while you're at the store, go ahead and buy me one too if you can. Thank you. Another thing I'm not happy with, in my opinion, with the Joy 2 release, it's smaller. Like literally smaller than, I think, both of the Joys. So it's just like you're working with a very limited paper size. You're already working with a limited paper size with the Joys, which is why personally I recommend if you're going to get a Cricut and you want like a one Cricut one, go for the maker. I don't have a maker, but looking back at it, I probably should have went for the maker because the maker apparently makes all things. Even the Explorers have their limitations. But the Joys have even more limitations. So I don't know if it's worth it to get an even smaller one. Now, if you don't have one at all, like no Cricut machines at all, and you have a small ass space, or you're very beginner friendly, don't want to do a lot, maybe. But even then, I would probably still recommend the extra because it's a little bit bigger. Like, it's not that big. Why do we make this machine? I just feel like Cricut is the Apple of the craft community because I don't know. I just feel like lately they've been releasing a lot more new machines. I feel like they're doing all these updates in the Design Space app, which a lot of people have something to say about the Design Space app. They're doing a lot of updates that I just feel is constant, but it's not helping. Now, some of the updates, I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. But it's really small updates that I feel like that should have been made. You know what I'm saying? But there's certain things like if you have to pay for Design Space to use stuff, you know, a lot of people don't like that. Okay, we're going to be reading comments very soon on their release video because they did a reveal video on their YouTube channel a month ago when it got released. So yeah, people got stuff to say. This is just me, personal opinion. I don't like the new matte look on the machines. I don't like the matte. I actually like the shiny. I feel like it was easier to clean. I feel like it really stood out in my craft room. It's fun. And I don't know, the colors with the matte seems to be a lot more limited than with like the previous models, which were, you know, shiny. So I'm like, what is this whole thing with going matte and trying to simplify and be simple? Everybody wants to be simple now. It's just like, ugh. And then another thing I noticed with the Joy 2 that I don't like, and I think a lot of people share the sentiment, then we can read some comments, but the Joy 2 has this open design. It's an open Cricut. It's just open. And a lot of people don't like that. We're used to being able to close the doors when we're done. Also, you know, if you're like me and sometimes you don't use your machine for X amount of time, yeah, it's probably going to get dusty. So are we going to have to worry about dust getting on our machines? Maybe I don't want to cover it. Maybe I want to show it in my craft room. Maybe I want it out in the open because it did have a coral color that I thought was kind of cute, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if I really want it because I was hoping it'll be pink. Let's go read some comments, opinions. You know what's so crazy, y'all? I looked at the comparison chart. I'm looking at it right now. I looked at the comparison chart of the Joy 2 versus the Joy Extra, and the only difference is that the Joy 2 can score. Well, why didn't we have this with the Joy Extra? Well, why didn't we think of scoring before? Because the bigger machines have scoring. So I'm kind of confused. That's it. That's it. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm looking at the Explorer 5. Why we can't engrave, perforate, and deboss yet? Why we can't do that? I'm confused. We are so far in the machine making game now that practically all these machines should be able to do almost the same thing. Why are we having to take off one or two features so everybody has to buy multiple machines? I just noticed that. Like, huh. Okay, the comments. So these comments are under the official YouTube video of the YouTube channel of Cricut, who did the release video on their channel. And it showed just a brief demo and talked about the machines and everything. And yeah, let's see what people had to say. A lot of them were mixed, good, and also like, really, like, what's the point of this? So let's read the really, what's the point of this comments. I love my Cricut, but I don't think the world need any more new machines. Please make replacement parts and the possibility to get your Cricut repaired instead. Technically, don't they make the replacement parts? But you just have to buy it as like brand new parts in the store. I never had my Cricut like break down like a part inside the Cricut breakdown. So I do like their idea of like a Cricut repair shop. Wouldn't that be cute to do a Cricut repair shop? But then how would Cricut continue to make their money? That's the Apple effect. Hello. Apple limits where you could go repair your shit. Someone replied and said, I understand what you mean, but I'm happy there is a Joy 2 because when I heard it could do print then cut, it made me decide to downsize and give up my maker. I am 75 now. Most of what I do is stickers, labels, and cards. I do have other hobbies like sewing clothes, so it makes sense for me, okay? You, girl, makes sense for you to get the Joy 2. Like they said on the video, many people are showing us space, and the Joy 2 is a good entry-level price. So to say the world doesn't need me, speaking for others who might disagree. Perhaps, however, the Joy Extra is not that big. It's not that big. I'm just saying, it could fit perfectly in your little craft space. It's not that big. And somebody say yes a million times the yes. I'm assuming they're replying to the world don't need new machines. I've been using my Explorer 2 for 6 years with no complaints. Making different projects using different materials. Thanks for the update. So I will say I have been using my Explorer 2 for almost the same amount of time. However, I have had to replace it a couple of times, because if you use it within the warranty window, they could send you a new one and stuff. So a couple of times I did have to replace it with, a replacement that they sent me. But after about 2 to 3 replacements, they finally wanted to act right. So it's been working for the past few years pretty good. But yes, I have an Explorer Air 2 and I personally like it. Like I said, if I could go back in time and relearn getting into the craft community, I probably would get a maker. We don't need more machines. We need a more functional design space. I swear design space makes me want to throw my machine out the window sometimes. I can't even think of purchasing another Cricut machine until they do better with design space. And somebody replied with this. It's always funny when somebody say this. Hi there, thanks for the feedback. If there's something specific you'd like to see added or approved to the software, please submit your feedback so our team can look into it. And do your team look into it though? Do your team really look into it though? I'm actually curious, do your team look into it for real? I don't know what to say. I have this weird, I don't hate design space, but I definitely do not love design space. Actually, it is the reason I got a silhouette, the little Cameo silhouette 4 thing or whatever. That's another kind of cutting machine from another brand. It's the main reason I got that, because I wanted to print and cut and make my own stickers. Back then, they didn't have all that offset stuff and blah, blah, blah. Like they do today. At one point, they did not have all of that. And I felt like it was just a lot of work to make stickers in design space versus doing it in design studio, which is, I guess, silhouettes, that's their name, I guess, same difference. But it's also different, more of a learning curve, but you'll learn. But yeah, I feel like design space definitely needs some work, but also, can I say I might have seen them put in the work? Does that make sense? Why not make the Cricut cut water paper? I don't get it. What do you mean? Get a Explorer or a Maker if you want water paper, because the Explorer and the Maker series can both cut 12 by 12. Actually, it could do 24 inches. Is actually quite a bit of paper you can cut. If you don't want limited space and you're going to be cutting big things, don't get a Joy. Don't get a damn Joy. Find the space. Well, we all need another new machine that does what the previous machine pretty much do. Does it cut bigger, more tools to cost us more? In my opinion, it feels like the people who make the Cricut stuff, it's like, wait, is this a run-on sentence? Wait. I'm tired. This pregnancy got my brain loopy, y'all. Okay, kind of lethargic here. Well, we all need another new machine that does what the previous pretty much do. Doesn't cut bigger, more tools to cost us more money. In my opinion, it feels like the people who make Cricut stuff, it's like they keep creating the same machines, but aren't really adding anything new. Just costs more. We can cut material with all machines, and we can use pins with adapter and foil. It'll be nice to see Cricut come up with a new machine that allows to cut larger. Why buy new machines when Cricut, Maker, and Maker 3 do all the same? I'm not buying it just because it's lighter. And yes, I do get their point. And let's not forget fun facts, because the Cricut does have an industrial machine for like small businesses, which I always wanted, but damn, it's so expensive. The Cricut Venture. If you want something that cuts real large, probably what Happy Planner uses in their damn factories, like for businesses, the Cricut Venture actually cuts is huge. It's huge. I really hope I can get one day. But my point is, I see where they're coming from. I just feel like I said in the comparison charts, right? The only difference with the Joy 2 and the Joy Extra is that it scores. Cricut needs to stop being greedy, making new machines instead of resolving the issues with the existing models. The Maker 3 have had years of top-lid mechanical issues that Cricut has ignored. The Explorer has a ton of connectivity issues that have also been ignored. No replacement parts or repair options for a machine that costs upwards $300 is ridiculous. And then there's Design Space, where everything costs extra and the constant updates are just crazy. Reply here, as a new person of all the Cricut products I have found it odd that all these great Design Space app features are tooted, can I say tooted, with the marketing of the machine, and that it is free when it is not. I was amazed that the stickers feature is only available for $10 a month. See, because I don't get on Design Space like that. Like, I really don't. Like, ever since I got the Cameo and I started making my own stickers using my Silhouette Cameo, I don't use Design Space as much. So every time I come back, it's like a new update and something has been moved and I get confused and I have to relearn it all over again. But are they saying like if you want to make stickers or something, it's $10? Are we charging to... Okay, wait, let me keep reading. Also, anything but the basic shapes. Oh yeah, those cost money. Yeah, it's very disappointing. Unfortunately, I can get all the shapes and fonts and clip art I want elsewhere, and that's usually what I do. Yeah, Design Space, a lot of things cost money, and I'm talking like simple things, and it's like, yeah. I usually just wait until Cricut hits me with the, hey, we haven't seen you in a while. Do you want a free trial? So that's what I usually do. My lid doesn't stay open anymore, less than a year old. And then reply, if your machine is less than a year old, call Cricut. They have a 1-year warranty. Yeah, because that's what I'll do. Call them. Probably got to send a video or something. I don't know. It's been a long time since I had to go through all that, but probably got to send a video or something, and then they should be able to like ship you something. So, yeah. It is so sad that Cricut thinks they can continue to pump out new Cricuts on a regular basis, that they are meeting the demands of their customers. No, they are not. Fix the software. Fix the software. You had the opportunity over 15 years ago and you didn't take it. You are with your current software developers doomed to keep making that mistake over and over and over. The machine itself is not too much of a problem. It's the horrible software. Take it out of the cloud, allow users to outright their own intellectual property, and decide if, when, or not they want to upgrade the software. Make print and cut function work 100% of the time for 100% of all users. Until then, it's just schlock. Somebody replied, yes. I will say the Design Spaces, even Design Studio and Silhouette, that shit get on my nerves too. If you want to use more functions of it, you have to upgrade to this whole business thing. And I don't like that either. Also, like, both Design Studio and Design Space have their qualms, and it sucks that you have to pay for it, especially after you paid, like you said, $300 for a machine. But I will say, at the end of the day, people still buying, so I guess that's what's working. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. A lot of people are having issues with Design Space and feel like it shouldn't cost what it costs. Also, I feel that way with Studio. So I really just try to use the free shit and find any kind of workarounds that I can. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know down below what your opinions are with Cricut releasing these new machines. And also, do you feel like there's a point of getting it? Because I know a lot of you guys probably already have a machine of your own. Not everybody, I know that. But a lot of you guys. So I'm just curious, so what are your thoughts of Cricut's new releases and what do you guys think? And yeah, I don't know when I'll do another one of these videos. This trimester is kicking my ass. But I'm in the final stretch. My son will be coming into the world very soon. I'm 7 months in, y'all. 7 months in. I would do a bump check, but I don't have on any underwear. So another time. And also stay tuned because I plan to do some live streaming of unpacking my craft room. So I'll definitely do a bump check there, I guess. But why am I still talking? Okay, bye.